did you do? You moving low, you fuck with the crew. Got a fat tuck, you grab my butt. I got all my days dudes. I'm sick of these lazy dudes. Nigga, I ain't your baby boo. I done develop a complex. I wanna know what you did. Nigga, you see, you did, you hurt me. But nigga, I know I'm worth it. I just ask for the loyalty. I ain't for no bag of burn. Telling you now, I don't give a fuck about no pride, pain, and hurt. Walk around with that G3 on me. I walk around with purpose. Slip my heart in the body back for all that you playing, you heard me. I was a rose that grew out the ground. I knew I wasn't perfect. Now you just talking reckless. I was starting to feel some affection. Now I just feeling neglected. Why am I feeling neglected? Why the fuck would you test me? You sound like Tony, you're capping me down. You lighting my face and you're flexing. I'm building you up and you staring me down. We playing the game with Tetris. This shit right here get deadly. I cannot give you the recipe. I'm booting up, call it sesame. Ain't been in a few days.
Tegan Jones called herself a certified hustler, and unlike a lot of people who throw that word around, she had the receipts. She rapped. She sang. She designed the artwork for her own projects. She created the concepts behind her videos. When the music money wasn't enough, she sold fruit platters. When the fruit platters weren't enough, she drove Uber. With 6 children depending on her and fathers who often contributed more excuses than support, standing still was never an option. Every day was a balancing act between survival and exhaustion, but quitting was a luxury Tegan couldn't afford. No matter how hard life hit, she kept finding another way to make it work. In 2021, life fired a warning shot, or rather, 13 of them. Someone unloaded round after round into the home where Tegan and her children were staying.
Tegan Jones was about to fall asleep when bullets started flying through her home.
Just went through it, basically, just ricocheting everywhere.
And she wasn't alone. All 6 of her kids were also home.
I got all of them on the ground and I covered over all of them. And I pretty much yelled and I screamed because it was so loud.
None of her kids were hit, but there are bullet holes through the front window, her TV, and inside and outside walls. Jones said the shooting lasted about 5 minutes. Not too long after, she called the police.
I said to the 911 operator, I said, can you please send a car? Somebody's shooting up my house. They're trying to kill me and my kids.
She said they responded pretty quickly.
When I started bawling and crying, I was like, because they were even looking like, what the world?
The Bibb County Sheriff's Office says they're not sure how many times the house was hit, but they found 13 shell casings at the scene. They believe there was only one shooter.
They asked me a few times, do I know somebody that would want to do this? And I was like, no. Why would I know somebody that would want to do this?
Miraculously, everyone survived. Most people would have seen 13 bullets ripping through their walls as a sign that tomorrow isn't promised. Tegan certainly did. Friends say the experience changed her, reminding her just how fragile life really was. But sometimes fate has a dark sense of humor, because 5 years after surviving 13 bullets, Tegan would once again find herself staring down violence. The difference this time was simple. In 2021, the bullets missed their target. In 2026, they didn't. Welcome to the American Crime Femicide channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future uploads.
Rose that grew out the grind. Instant hammer, bitch, I'm too legit. You ain't gonna do what I did or do what I do. The fuck is you fooling, bitch? Yeah, that's foolishness. Put the perk in my body, top fluid. That fuck nigga, listen up, this ain't no scrutiny. She call it grist, you shot to be booting. Can't be that fake, but you either. Can't be no motherfucking groupie, bitch. Got rounds on rounds and shooting shit popping. The touch pussy nigga gon' pay for this. Your kids saying they brace of this. Like America, bitch, I'm a Satanist. Trying to be smooth and move or cool my high self till like I'm faking it. So fuck it, I just had to brace the shit. Like the Grim Reaper trapped in the Matrix, bitch. I'd have been patient, bitch. I'd have been starving, heartless. I feel so heartless. All them nights I was out of my body and mind. Why the fuck you ain't call me? Well, fuck it, I just had to see it through. My demons, they Lord, they lead the truth. They take a shot soon as I peek at you. I feel like 5% 10. Officer, what do you mean you can't see into it?
By the spring of 2026, Tegan, better known online as BlackKat, was doing what millions of Americans call chasing a dream and what reality calls surviving. She wasn't signed to a label. She didn't have a management team. She was the management team. Tegan rapped, sang, created her own artwork, developed concepts for her videos, promoted her music, sold fruit platters, and drove Uber whenever she needed extra income. With 6 children depending on her, sitting around waiting for success wasn't an option. Every day was a hustle. Every dollar had a purpose. Every opportunity mattered. Unlike the fake internet gurus selling courses about hard work, Tegan was actually living it. Unfortunately, while Tegan was trying to build a future, her relationship with Delmar Black appeared to be falling apart. Delmar, a 35-year-old father and aspiring Facebook and Twitch game streamer, was chasing internet fame one subscriber at a time. According to his social media, one of his goals was reaching 50 subscribers, a milestone most content creators achieve somewhere between uploading their first gaming clip and convincing a few relatives to hit the follow button. Not 50,000, not 5,000, just 50. Yet while Tegan was juggling 6 children, Uber rides, fruit sales, music releases, video shoots, and the daily pressure of keeping a household afloat, Delmar was still trying to conquer a subscriber goal that many teenagers accidentally achieve while arguing in comment sections. The contrast between the two was hard to miss. One appeared to be building. The other appeared to be dreaming about building. Looking back at Tegan's Facebook posts, they read less like the timeline of someone preparing to die and more like the timeline of someone preparing to move on. On May 30th, she wrote, "Stop letting people think they got access to you forever. Humble them." The next day, she joked, "Soon as a nigga start acting like his pussy better than mine, he gotta go." And then on June 2nd, she posted, "I could set a nigga on fire and he's still gonna come back as soon as he cool off." Friends laughed. Followers reacted. To most people, they were funny relationship posts. But viewed through the lens of what would happen days later, they sound like a woman growing tired of somebody who refused to understand that his place in her life was becoming temporary. Another June 2nd post painted an even clearer picture of the energy surrounding her life. "Man, let me tell you," she wrote, describing a situation where her cousin was ready to confront someone over disrespect. Whether she was talking about Delmar or someone else remains unclear, but the message itself was unmistakable. Tegan wasn't the type to quietly accept nonsense. She wasn't hiding her frustrations, and she certainly wasn't pretending everything was perfect. Yet despite the relationship drama, she remained focused on what she always focused on, making money and taking care of her family. On June 6th, just one day before everything changed, she posted, "I'm doing Uber rides all night. And yes, I'm finna make you check my songs out." It was classic Tegan, hustling, joking, promoting herself, and finding a way to keep moving forward. The cruel irony is that while Tegan was online joking about people overstaying their welcome, investigators now believe she was killed while trying to leave someone behind. On June 7, 2026, what started as an ordinary day would end as a homicide investigation. Earlier that morning, she was focused on driving Uber and promoting her music. By that evening, witnesses reported seeing Tegan and Delmar arguing near the Market gas station on Mercer University Drive in Macon. Arguments happen every day. Most end with somebody driving away angry. This one allegedly ended with gunfire. According to witness statements, Tegan eventually got into a silver Buick Enclave that traveled toward a nearby Circle K. Witnesses reported that Delmar removed her belongings from the vehicle and threw them onto the ground. Then came the moment that should have ended the confrontation. Tegan attempted to leave. She ran away from the argument, away from the conflict, and away from the man she reportedly planned to leave anyway. But according to investigators, Delmar wasn't willing to let her walk away. Witnesses reported that as Tegan ran toward the roadway, he opened fire. One of the bullets struck Tegan in her lower left leg. The wound caused her to stumble into traffic. What happened next sounds like something pulled from a nightmare. After being shot, she fell into the roadway, where she was struck and run over by a passing vehicle. Within seconds, an argument had become a tragedy. Witnesses rushed toward the injured mother as traffic stopped around her. Emergency responders arrived and Tegan was transported to the hospital in critical condition. Meanwhile, investigators say Delmar fled the scene, leaving behind a woman fighting for her life. Authorities quickly began searching for him. Using flock camera technology, deputies reportedly tracked his movements as he fled south on Harrison Road. A pursuit followed. Deputies eventually performed a pit maneuver to stop his vehicle. According to authorities, even then Delmar refused to surrender. Investigators allege he fired at deputies from inside the vehicle before eventually being taken into custody.
Throw your weapon out the vehicle. Step out the vehicle with both hands in the air. Driver, I need for you to throw your weapon out the vehicle. Exit the vehicle with both hands in the air. Let's end this peacefully.
Where's the EMS? They said they were up here. EMS first. Amber lamp.
While law enforcement was chasing him, doctors were fighting to save Tegan. Sadly, despite their efforts, she later died from her injuries. Delmar's attempted murder charge was upgraded to murder, along with aggravated assault on law enforcement officers and felony fleeing and eluding. And just like that, 6 children lost their mother. A woman who spent her life working, creating, hustling, and sacrificing for her family was gone. The same woman who survived 13 bullets being fired into her home years earlier could not survive this encounter. Whether Delmar's pride was bruised by Tegan's jokes, her independence, her plans to move on, or simply the realization that she no longer needed him, investigators may never fully know. What is known is that 6 children must now navigate life without the woman who held everything together. Jones was a rapper, singer, entrepreneur, creator, provider, and devoted mother. Her life was bigger than the man accused of taking it, and her legacy deserves to be remembered for far more than the tragedy that ended it. May Tegan Jones rest in peace.